everyone, these are Laura's hands again today, and what I'm going to attempt is to resize this ring. So this, if you saw my last video, came in a lot of sterling silver rings, and it is in fact sterling silver. The stone I'm still throwing on. I haven't had time to research what this might be. It just looks like tiger's eye. I'm just not entirely convinced because of the patterning in it, but it very well could be. We will just refer to it as that for all intents and purposes. And here's the deal. I love it. I want it to fit this finger, but it doesn't. So this finger is like about a size 7, maybe slightly less, and this ring is sitting right there at about a size 6. So my attempt today is going to be using home tools. I'm going to try to widen this band just a smidge. One size. Can I do it? I don't know. Am I going to screw up the ring in the process? Quite possibly. But hey, it's my ring to screw up. So, at the risk of messing this up, let's talk about some methods that you can use, or that I'm going to attempt to use, to resize a ring. Don't blame me if you screw your jewelry up, okay? I'm just doing this for myself. You do what you want to do, but do your own research before you attempt anything. Now, sometimes with a mandrel in the ring, you can just kind of slide on there and basically wiggle it down, beat it down a little bit until you can get some more sizing on it. Sometimes that just works. It just does. This guy's not budging. So what I'm going to attempt to do, since he does have somewhat of a wider band, I'm going to try to use this tool to kind of flatten that band out a little further. What I was thinking, my thought process here, is to try to protect the metal somewhat. So I'm going to wrap this little polishing cloth around it a little bit first, and then we'll see what happens. My reason for doing this is just because I don't want necessarily these kind of imprints, more or less, in the metal, if I can avoid it. Also, what I'm doing, and I have no idea if this is even moving the metal, actually. It's hard to tell with the cloth there. I'm using a round needle nose pliers, which I generally use for jewelry making. We're using it today because my thought was that the flat one might kind of press the metal out in a way that I don't like. All right, so yeah, this is in fact leaving marks on it anyway. It's actually imprinting the cloth on there. All right, well, since I've gone ahead and damaged this thing anyway, let's just do it. Let's just commit. All right, so if I squeeze this metal out, I'm hoping it's going to squeeze it left to right and not, north and south. And I kind of digging the look that this thing is giving it. I may go all the way around that and give it kind of a hammered look in the end if I can get this thing to bend out the way I want to. Let's see if that made any difference at all. Yeah, look! Look, we're at a size 7 or 6.5 so far. Again, I've got the hammered look, but I'm not mad about that. I kind of like it. All right, so let me go ahead and go all the way around with it. Squeeze it out a little further. Now, this may not, and trust me, as you can see, I'm damaging the ring to get it to the right size, so be aware that that may be a thing you might do if you attempt this method. Now, I also have on the table, in case you didn't notice, a pair of, I've got a couple things here. I've got this guy, and I've got this guy. And I'll tell you about those in a second. But first, let me see if this, let's see how far down we are now. All right, we're at about 7 3/4. Okay, all right. I might be able to, oh yeah, look, check it out. Dang. There you go. Resized at home. Now, if you're doing this, I would definitely suggest to try it on periodically, because the thing is, once you go too far, you can't go back. So if you make it too large, you're going to be screwed. So don't do that. It does have now, as you can see, a little hammered patterning in the band there, but that doesn't bother me in the least bit. Not even slightly. Look, and now I have my beautiful ring. It's quite comfortable, actually. Nice. All right, what else can we screw up? No. Okay, so here's another piece that came in this bag. Where did it go? And I'll explain what that was for. So my thought was, if this didn't work, what you can do is cut the shank and then just file it down. So it so happened that in this lot, I had this ring that came damaged. This is a sunstone, and the shank was already broken on it. So let's say it wasn't, and it's far too thin of a band to stretch it out like I did with that one. What you could do is take some wire cutters or some sort of sharp cutting device and cut the shank. And then at that point, you can use your mandrel to make it any size you want. This I'm gonna get it down to an 8. Let's see if we can get it that far. It may come back a little bit, but that's okay. This probably fit that finger. That finger is pretty close to an 8. But the problem is that these ends here are pretty sharp, and that is where this old busted, because my kids got their hands on it, nail file comes in. It's actually very easy to file down sharp metal with a nail file. You'd think you'd need something a little stronger. Nope. I'm sorry if this noise bothers you. I know some people really can't stand nail files, but it's actually extremely effective. So if you come across this yourself, if you have a piece of jewelry that broke and has a sharp end on it, or sometimes they use metal molds that leave little rando bits hanging off that are a little sharp, you can totally use a nail file to get it filed down. Now this will scuff your metal though, so don't go scuffing it in different places or you're gonna scratch your stuff. But yeah, that's much better. It's like it's not sharp at all now. And there, you automatically have an adjustable ring. Check it out. Nope. Not sharp, maybe a smidge on the underside. File down. There you go. Let's see how it fits on this finger. Fits great. So there you go. There's a couple options for you, but do realize that this is going to damage your jewelry if you try to do any of those things. The more expensive option is to go get it resized at a jeweler. I've done that before, but it's costly. Depends on the cost of your ring versus the cost you want to spend getting it sized. My jeweler, who's pretty reasonable, charges I think about $40 to resize, to size up because they're adding metal on there. So this might be the cost-effective alternative if you want to give it a try. Give it a try. All right, thanks so much for watching. That's it. All right, thanks y'all. Bye-bye.